This is the What's Next podcast.
Gang. Fuck my intro up, bro.
Afternoon, evening. This is the What's Next podcast.
Is it my shit fucking up or is that his shit fucking up?
How's this shit? Because I can see it here just fine.
This shit just came back. This shit like pissed me off. All right, so I'm BJ. We got. I'm in my name every 2 weeks. We don't know what type of shit he's on today. What's your name?
Cardi AC.
Cardi AC. Cardi AC. And today, special guest.
Cardiac.
I was going to say the other half of Be the Analyst. Shut Carson, you fucking confusing me. The other half of Off the Top Sports, Be the Analyst. We had one half on a few weeks back. Yeah, and today we have the other half. Off the Top Sports, Mr. Be the Analyst.
I'm supposed to say something at that point? Say now, what's going on, fellas?
All right, so news hot off the press, saying sports exclusive. Marcus Smart wins NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, congratulations.
Hot off.
Well deserved.
All right, so today we have an array of things. Catch up on. We got news, we got topics, and then we're gonna jump into our debate, all within 55 minutes. Right? We'll make this shit work. Make it do what it do, baby. We'll make it do what it do, baby. Because this is the What's Next podcast. We're gonna try to remain on our time schedule. All right. So rest in peace of DJ K Slay.
What?
Yes. Crazy, right?
Damn.
Yep.
Damn. I didn't even know that, bro. Damn.
It's crazy, man. Everybody just, I can't say everybody. There's a lot of things going on in the world.
Everybody been talking about he was getting better and shit.
There was a few shootings in the malls and nightclubs over the weekend. It's crazy.
Speaking of shootings, never mind. Go ahead.
This one.
The baby. Speaking of shooting, the baby. Why does the baby always stay in trouble? Yo?
Let me tell you something. Some people in this world just deserve a whole lot of leave alone. And let me tell you, me and the baby is two of them people.
Sir, what does you have to do with this? Sir?
Let him tell it.
Listen. Let me catch you walking, lurking around my shit. You ain't gonna make it.
The operator said, "Is he alive and conscious?" So you don't hear him screaming. Shit is fucking wild. All right, so I got approval for this because I saw it on my man page. Right, he said, "Her, she
Bro, your shit's cutting out bad. Your shit is cutting out bad.
Your shit was like, I don't know what you were saying.
You
Oh,
got Derek internet this week.
I don't know. All right, is it better now? Yes. Sound check.
There you go.
So I need to read it again.
Bro, you got to change the frequency on your teeth, bro.
So, you know what, Carlos? I got some shit for your ass. Got one with your name on it. Keep fucking playing.
Hey, you know. Nope, that ain't it, brother.
That is not it.
All right, so my homie's wife mad at me because I didn't tell her he was cheating. She really got mad. I knew that's what that meant to say. When I told her my loyalty lies with him and not you, I guess I won't be invited to no more cookouts and gatherings. Let me tell you something. What we do ain't got shit to do with our significant others.
He did the right thing.
A motherfucking thing. Okay, nobody, I don't care. BJ, your wife needs to know that I'm not snitching. I ain't snitching. Matter of fact, ain't nothing to snitch on because every time I see you, you're talking about how awesome she is.
The policy is always, if you want to know about that man, ask that man. I don't know nothing.
Sir. I don't see nothing wrong. I mean, I don't see where he was disrespectful. No, I don't see where he was disrespectful.
Better question. Why the fuck is my homie wife so cool with me where she get upset because I ain't tell her he was cheating?
I mean, they're probably cool. They probably been friends for a long period of time or something like that. But at the end of the day, she can't let that affect the mindset or block her mindset of believing that he's supposed to tell her what his man's is doing. Like I met you through my man's. So it's of course, like he said, his loyalty lies with his brother. That's how it's supposed to be. So he did the right thing. Don't tell her shit. I'm just saying, man, cool. Don't tell her
Facts. Just like women.
Cool.
Just like women. If I guarantee you right now, if I call my wife best friend, like, hey, she said she was coming over there to be wherever you at. Do you see? Is she right there? He or she gonna be like, yeah, she just pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
You know damn well he gonna say that.
Oh, they go. In the words of my man Tommy from Martin, keep the lie alive. They keep the lie alive.
Sir. All right.
Facts though.
All right. So
this shit right here.
People in the back. Since my shit a little right now, I guess I can try to read this, right? So I should have just got the bottom part. How am I wrong for sending a chick home in an Uber that didn't want me touching her but want to sleep in my bed? Did I mention she came over at 1 a.m.? Did I mention I sleep alone in my shit? I didn't put you out like a bogus Nika would. I sent you home in an Uber out of my pocket. How am I wrong? She put up there laughing my ass off. Putting the motherfucker out because they don't want to fuck is crazy. It's crazy.
No, because they don't want to fuck.
You exactly. BJ, you got to say it as it's printed,
sir.
Right.
So, he had a little bit of respect. He was raised with a little bit of manners. She said no. He said, "Cool. This ain't the place for you no more. I mean, and let me help you get home."
Yeah.
I don't see where
he paid out of his pockets. That Uber probably wasn't cheap,
especially not now. Hell no.
And she got in the Uber though.
Right.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, go to bullshit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It's been a few little, you know what I'm saying, where she slide through and don't shit pop off. We chilling for real. You know what I'm saying? She spend the night, whatever like that. I ain't doing no tripping. You know what I'm saying? And the next time she came through, it was from the windows to the walls. You feel me? Like, you got to understand, some women got to feel comfortable, bro. Like, she gonna come over, like, you know what I'm saying, because she trying to see what's up, what's to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't come off as a thirst bucket to all these hoes, bro. Sometimes you got to play that shit cool, man.
You come over at 5 in the afternoon.
You leave at 10 p.m.
You don't come over at 1 a.m. Sorry. There's a time frame for that shit that you talking about, and I respect, bro. But yeah, 1 a.m. ain't the time. So yeah, you got to get in that ooh. You definitely got to get in that ooh. Listen, it's plenty. We got between 5 and 8 for you to come and fill me out. You know what I'm saying? 9 to 10, that's kind of danger zone. Like, it's in between. Like, what you trying to do? You leaving? You staying? Because if you staying, but coming over at 1 a.m.,
you know what them hours are.
I don't know.
I don't know what them hours are.
You should if you trying to fill me out at 1 a.m., that's bogus. Like, you should already, if you coming, I feel like if you coming to me at 1 a.m., you know me already. At least you should. Shouldn't nobody be coming to me at 1 a.m. if you don't really know me like that. That's why I said it's time frames. You know what I mean? We can go chill in the afternoon, the evening, or something like that. But yeah, 1 a.m. I mean, I feel, and like I said, I rock with dude because he actually put her in an Uber. He didn't make her walk or anything.
He ain't dog her out. He ain't dog her out. But I don't know, like, it's a long game out here these days. Like, shit, you never know. Like, anything could have been going on with Shorty. Like, really, she could have been on her period. Anything. Like,
she got to explain that to me.
True, but honestly though, like, is that really any of your business? I mean, really?
If you came at 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Because at 1 o'clock, I'm expecting that none of that is going on right now.
I look at it like this, right? All right, she came through at 1 a.m. I had a friend, God rest her soul, she died, but she had some shit going on around her crib or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Where she called one of the homies like, "Hey, can you come through?" or whatever like that. Of course, ain't shit popping, but at the same time, it's like you really never know what's going on. Like, me myself, I don't want no here, man. Damn. Pussy, you know what I'm saying? I want some pussy where a bitch say, "Yeah, go and get to it," because I'm taking it down through that, and it ain't gonna be comfortable if you ain't feeling comfortable. Sure. Now I understand 1 a.m. and everything like that, but really, who really trying to fuck at 1 o'clock in the morning anyway? Listen, I be tired, bitch. I'm sleepy. Like,
I mean,
hey, listen. I mean, I'm old. I'm middle aged, but I ain't there to the point where shit
I always
still work.
say communication is the key. If you got some shit going on, like, yo, I just need to get out the house. I just need to clear my head. Then like, I'm going through some shit. Hey, I just need somebody to talk to. Or don't text me, "Hey, what you doing? I'm ready to come over." Because you text me, "Hey, what you doing? I'm ready to come over." I listen.
Facts.
What she said? In the
Trojan man, in the bus. Hey,
yeah, but communication is the key.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Pictures. Maybe it was a Tuesday. She sent the Titty Tuesday pictures and all that. They was talking that shit and get over there, and she had to change her heart because he ain't cooked dinner or something. Nobody don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know. That's a long game for me.
Communication is the key, sir.
Listen.
All right, Carlos. I'm gonna let you have this one, sir. Oh, he took the glasses off. Jonathan, we in trouble.
The parent of a student that attended Creekstone Academy, Duluth, wants answers after they say their child was hurt while in daycare's care. On March 28th, according to the parents, the school removed their daughter's beads because they were not able to keep another student from pulling them off. Her beads were removed again on April 7th. However, this time her braids were ripped from her scalp. The 2-year-old suffered patches and hair loss as a result. The school refused to show the saddened parents any video footage of the incident and threatened to call the police on them. Last week, the director informed them the owner decided to disenroll their child.
Oh, when I read that, I thought the parent disenrolled their child. I didn't read the owner disenrolled the child. What the
Let me
fuck?
tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Oh shit.
Simply put, they have to put that insurance to use.
Sir. You know what? Never mind.
As the parent of a daughter, let me tell you, some shit like that happened. Y'all remember that scene in Straight Outta Compton where he walked up in there, he walked in the office with a baseball bat and tore everything up?
Yep.
That would have been the case.
So, 3 of the 4 of us have daughters. Anybody pulling out my daughter beats out without an explanation.
Y'all remember that scene on Django where he was just shooting the shit out of everybody in that little room?
All right, Jonathan, how was your day, sir? Not about to. Not about to.
Hey,
Call take it to Django.
Hey, call a popo, ho. Call a popo.
All right, so your child go to school and the other kids are snatching her beads out the first time, and the school said they couldn't do nothing about it. How and why is my first question. It don't go second.
Well, these days they in daycares and stuff like that, they're not able to punish the kids, whether that's a stand in the corner, go sit in a naughty chair, nothing. Like I don't even think they do red light, green light no more on the kids because of some bullshit about some Anglo kids feeling some kind of way about being put in a red zone or some bullshit. So honestly, it's a lose-lose situation. Like I understand that shit happens between children, but as adults, like y'all motherfuckers got to control the room. How the fuck? Like I remember one time, I'll never forget this shit. The daycare was having trouble with my son, right? So one day I pop up there. I want to see what the fuck going on. I come around the corner. The little boy then pushed my son and took the ball from him. My son, being my son, got up, went over there, fired on him, and the teacher seen that. She didn't see what led up to that. And that shit pissed me off because she immediately started reprimanding my son. And I walked right in like, no, you didn't see the whole thing. And that's a problem with these daycares and stuff like that, where when they taking care of other people's kids, they have to be so hands off that shit like this happens. And that shit is sad.
So, when my kids went to daycare, every time I see Miss Brandy, I thank her for watching my kids and let nothing happen to my kids. Every time I see a story about somebody at daycare, like I always just go back and thank her. Always shoot her a text message. I appreciate it. My kids ain't been at daycare in 5-6 years. I still just thank her because them 3 or 4 years they was in there, like nothing happened. Like it was a lot of incidents that I see all over the place, and I just thank God I ain't never had to go to none of this shit because you can't. It's some shit you can't justify. It's some shit that you can sit down and talk about. Some shit you just can't talk about, and this is one of the things you just can't sit down and have a conversation with me because after it happened the first time, even if you didn't have the discipline rules or laws in place, call me, call the other parent. We will have a sit down together and see what we can do as parents to fix this shit because it can't happen a second time.
It won't happen a second
You know how long
time.
it takes to get them
Exactly. It won't happen the second time.
Fuck. When my motherfucking daughter would have came home without her fucking beads in her hair, and they tell me because the fucking kid was pulling which matter of fact, baby girl, who was pulling them beads out your hair, babe? Point them out.
Sorry,
Please,
please don't tell us that you're gonna go slap the kid.
No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. No, I'm gonna have.
No, they gotta go get their father if they got one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an adult conversation. And matter of fact, if the father ain't in the fucking picture, that bitch need to go get her daddy. No, she need to go get her daddy. Somebody daddy got to come see me because we need to have a conversation about this.
Mm-hmm.
After the first time it happened, you need to call me, call the other parent, so we can sit down because this can't happen again. Can't
It
happen
won't
again.
happen again.
And then we're gonna have to go see the counselor. Call, yo, Jonathan, I'm on the fucking way. Unacceptable. And then they kick the kid out the school.
That's the
Kick the kid out the school
it's the baby fuck.
for wearing beads. Too many colors, huh? Shit, wow.
Somebody getting jumped on. I don't give a fuck.
Sure.
Somebody getting jumped on. Somebody.
He said, "Why am I a Facebook user?" Because you probably commenting through. I don't know. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes it don't. On Facebook, it's popping up with your name, Dennis. But on here, they pop up that way. I don't know.
On StreamYard, it shows Facebook user.
Yeah.
Somebody getting jumped on. I don't give a fuck if it's a Facebook user, a motherfucking janitor in that bitch. I don't listen. The fucking nigga that's cutting the grass can get jumped on for all I give a fuck about my baby.
All right, so
racist M, really?
What the fuck? That shit always
racist M for sure.
That shit is not like that when I fucking saved it. All right, so with the head situation, I ain't got no fucking friends now.
Hey, wait. Can we go back and commercial break? Can we do a commercial break?
Fuck commercial break. All right, going into our main stop it. Racist. All right, so I had a conversation with me and B, the analyst, was talking a few weeks back about a situation. And I don't know if it was him or me. It was like black people can't. I think it was.
You just cutting out again, bro.
Huh?
You just cutting out again.
This shit. All right, what about now? Sound check.
Better.
All right. So, just having a conversation, and it was saying black people can't be racist. And I was like, shit. I know a few motherfuckers that say some shit out their mouth that's questionable. Like, but wanted to talk about that today. So, I tried to get B on, and he said yes. He said he would come on and bless us with his presence. So racism is nothing new in America, but too much conversation, mistakes being prejudice to being racist. Racism can only exist when one group has power and influence over another. Sir. Black people have often been accused of being racist by the very people who were racist to them. The issue of calling a black person racist is that black people, by definition, cannot be racist. Racism only exists within a power structure and systematically and institutionally rewards whiteness. The closer you are to being white, the more power you hold. Now, that definition, maybe black people can't be racist. It's all about how you look at it and how people say things out their mouth. Maybe they're not talking to all the right people. I know a guy that when he talks, he says them. Them who? Who the hell is them? And then he don't call them white folk. He said because they're not white. He said, you ever pick up a white crayon? He said they're clear. But whole nother situation. So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir.
No, like I had to I heard that and I read that. And what I had to do is I had to look up the definition of racism. The Webster Dictionary definition, the Oxford Dictionary. It says prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular race, racial, or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. That is the definition, like the brass tacks of what racism is. Anybody can be racist. I apologize. Anybody can be racist. I think what they're equating this definition to is being able to gain something from excluding certain ethnic backgrounds from certain things. And I don't look at that as racism. That's more prejudice, in my opinion, towards different ethnic groups, maybe based on racism.
Okay, so the reason why I had this particular conversation with BJ or made this comment to BJ is because when you think about you as a black man, um, and I'm just thinking about the face value uh, definition of it is means to dislike someone because of the color of their skin. Now I
Correct.
know for a fact I can look at you and tell that you wouldn't rather be anything in this world other than a black man.
You're
Um,
absolutely right.
so with that being said, it's like how can you be and even if I get deeper into it, like think about this. Um, you know, when you mix two ethnicities together, one being black and the other being whatever other ethnicity, they they
They're automatically
even
considered
though
black.
some people might not, but they're black because you have the
Absolutely.
dominant gene. So being that you have the dominant gene is like be racist to who about what? We're the dominant. So for what reason do we have to be racist towards any other ethnicity when we are the dominant? You understand what I mean? If I make sense in any,
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
so
I
that's why.
understand what
So
you're saying.
yeah, so that's why when I said what I said to BJ, I was like, black people can't be racist because one, I don't racist. Like I feel like racism. I feel like the reason why white people hate us or the racist whites or any racist, not just whites, any racist people, period. The reason why they dislike blacks or are racist against blacks so much is because actually they know the real history of blacks. It's us that really don't know our own history. They understand who we are as a people. They understand the actual power, the talent, I mean, I could go on and on about what makes us great, and they don't have
Mm-hmm.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have that, it makes them jealous. It makes them mad, and you do things or you say things with a certain type of tone or whatever because you want to try to diminish that people. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, it's something that has been kind of successfully done over time because it's us that fail to realize how really dominant and like nobody could touch us. Honestly, that's just the way I feel. So it's not to disseminate anybody else. I feel like anybody who has a history or whatever, they should be proud of their history, whatever whatever it is. But there's no history or no people in this world that are more anything as far as positively. I'm talking about creators. Like I said, the talent level. Uh, you know, the culture of our food. I mean, you look around, it's culture vultures everywhere. People are trying to emulate even our women. You see these people, they go and they get different types of injections. They get, they started that injection stuff. That's why I'm so like and I don't knock anybody for how they want to look or what they want to do, but I always tell the sisters like, listen, this ain't what y'all got to do. What y'all have is natural. These people are
Mm-hmm.
trying to buy what you guys have. They're trying to look like you. If you really look at it, you have to look at it as a compliment because even though they might call you ugly, they might say your lips are too big, but they are in these surgery rooms getting altered. So, that's just
Imitation
in
is
a
the highest
nutshell
form of
of why I
flattery.
feel like it's impossible, BJ, for us to be racist. I've never looked at a white person or anybody else and just said, like, damn, other than the white privilege, that's annoying, but it's not something that I wish I had. You know what I'm saying? It's
So,
annoying.
so, so to not to, I don't want to generalize everything that you just said because you made some very, very good points. But basically, if I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're basically saying that black people can't be racist based on the fact that there's nothing to gain to be racist against anybody else.
I mean, that's kind of what I feel.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
I can understand that point of view. I definitely can.
I can understand. I can understand being like I said, being annoyed by white privilege or any other type, because it seems like everybody else get other privileges in this world, other than us.
Mm-hmm.
It could become very like one of those very frustrating things over time. Like, damn, I wish things would go. It would go. We always say it would go differently if we were white. It would go differently. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
think from that aspect of it, you can kind of, I still don't think any of us you look at that particular ethnicity and say, damn, I wish I was them. But more so wishing that things
I had
weren't.
what they had.
More of
Facts,
that.
facts. Because I don't want to be an Arab, but I swear to God, I wish I could wear one of them long white, red, and white robes they be wearing with the little turban shit. Them niggas be clean as hell, dog. I ain't even gonna lie.
Sir. All right. So me personally, I hate making everything about black and white. Like, there's a lot of black people out here who just lazy, and they use the fact that other people grew up with this silver spoon or had help, and yeah, some of that might be true, but again, a lot of people. Sometimes, sir, I have days when I just don't feel like doing shit. I don't want to do shit. Sometimes, like the shows be magnificent, perfectly lined up, and other days it just be, this is what we got. Let's ride with it. It Sometimes you just don't feel like it, and a lot of people be lazy,
But
like to make excuses for a lot of shit. So, um, one
but it's
instance.
a difference between not to cut you off, but it's a difference between not feeling like it today and just not wanting to ever.
Well, a lot of people just sit there waiting for somebody to bring them a basket with a bright red fucking bow on it and say, "Hey, this is what you always wanted." No, you got to go find that motherfucker that got the basket with a bright red bow on it.
You for sure got to put yourself in position.
Yeah,
I'm,
you got to do
I'm
something.
living proof of that. I'm living proof of that. Like, and and I'm sorry, BJ, not to cut you off, but you made a very good point. Like, niggas is lazy. You know what I'm saying? And I say niggas because that's exactly what they are. Lazy motherfuckers that just sit back and be like, "Oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I could do that," but the white man holding me back. Like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit because you can put yourself in different positions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my very first job, I was a fucking janitor. And that was at a fucking high school that I didn't know shit about. I was a week in Arizona, and the dude was at Quick Trip, and I got to talking to him, and he was like, "Hey, you're new here. You need a job?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." You know what I'm saying? But you got to put yourself in those positions. You ain't nobody gonna put you in position. And matter of fact, what's even crazier than that, with my job that I have, it's so many people that I try to put in position, bro.
Sir, all
I
the
give them
time.
the fucking information. I give
All
them the
the
information
time.
they need.
Niggas don't
And how
show up.
many of them niggas be? How many of them niggas you think really actually showed up, bro?
That should be the worst, don't it? And then 2 weeks
Not
later,
one,
they asking for $2 and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
bro. I to get my CDL, I had a home girl, bro. She lived in Texas. She started driving the bus. Me and her both started working at this one company, right, doing tech support. I look up, she driving a fucking city bus. I'm like, damn, what the fuck you doing driving a city bus? She's like, well, shit, they paying this, that, and the third. A few months later, she in a truck. I said, oh hell no, let me get the fuck on somewhere. That's the thing. Like, you got to put yourself in those positions. Like, ain't nobody gonna put you in that position. Ain't nobody holding you back but you.
Mm-hmm.
And to B's point, you are the powerful one. So if you sit there and say, "Oh, I'm being held back," that's you holding yourself back. You putting yourself in that held back position.
No, you putting
Now,
yourself in that mental state.
I could let me just piggyback real quick, and I could just play devil's advocate a little bit. Now, say if you
It's
are, what people like to call the accomplished, black person, where you went to college, you got several degrees, and all you want to do is move up that ladder. And I guess we could say a corporate ladder, right? So you start off at a certain position, but when it's time to, either get promoted or you have to go through, all of these different types of interviews, and you walking into these rooms where, it's majority, white male CEOs, and for one, you're younger than them, right? You look better in a suit than they do. More than likely, half of them don't even know what they're doing. And I'm talking about from experience. I've worked in corporate America where
that should be the worst. B.
I'm saying where people come in and they have no background on
they
the job that they're supposed to be doing, and they come to you asking you how to do their job, and you understand what I mean? So, like, it could be one of those situations where, sometimes you are trying your best to put yourself in position, and for whatever reason, you go into these different rooms, room after room after room, and kill interview after interview after interview, and they just keep saying they're going in another direction. They're going in another direction. Like, what's the direction? Because last time and it makes you start to question yourself. Like, damn, is my resume not like? Do I have to update some more things? Do I need to become more accomplished? Do I need to go get a certificate? Like, and your shit might be tip top. Because at the end of the day, you can't see their resumes because they already have the position. For all we know, one of their fathers could have been like, "Listen, I'm retiring. I need you to take over," or somebody or a family friend. Bob's father is friends with the CEO, with the owner. I'm telling you, they do it all
That's
the time.
Nepotism, right? That's nepotism.
Is that the word? Supposed to be. It's supposed to be, but that's the one. That's the way they keep us out. And two, that is done often. It's
okay.
Not, it is. Even in like, I even give you a situation like this. One of the hardest jobs to get into, and I speak on this because we all, well, I don't know about we all, but I know BJ, you Baltimore, so I know y'all got the port over there. You know what I'm saying about it? You know what I mean? The seaport, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where the shipments and stuff come in.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you, in Jersey, that's one of the hardest jobs to get.
Yeah.
Hardest, especially if you black. You gotta either know somebody or you know what I mean. But it's a great paying job. If you get that job, you're gonna come off something nice. Now, part of the problem is
a lot of work though.
It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of benefit at the same time. I know jokers that started out when they was 21 and now they 15 years in, and they bring home close to $300K a year just to do this particular job. So my thing is, but we know it's run by the mob, right? So at the end of the day, they're
Sir, we don't know that. I don't know shit about the mob, what they run, sir. No.
So look, this is my take on that, right?
We try to get
I forgot we was on this type of platform. We gotta be PC, right?
Listen, so when I worked at Honeywell, right, the CEO came in one day, and this is a very true story. He came in one day and they had what they call a town hall meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's in the room, and they had like 3 or 4 meetings all that day trying to get everybody, up to breast with what's going on in the company at Honeywell. And at the end of this big long speech, I'm talking about he in there promising everything. He sounded like he running for president in that thing, like the employees this and the employees that. We're going to do this, and we're trying to get the employees this, and and me as a contractor, at the end, when they ask if there's any questions, any comments, I raise my hand and I say, well, what about us contractors? Like, all I hear is what you're doing for employees. What about us contractors? This old man, I don't know what he was. He wasn't white, but he was some kind of Middle Eastern something or the other. I can't really tell you exactly what he was. This man looked me in my face in front of 45 people and told me, "Oh, you here for the growth and the shrinkage of the company. You expendable." Told me that shit to my face in front of everybody. HR came and tapped me on my shoulder and said, "Come on." Got me the fuck up out of there. And after the meeting was over, all us, we got up like, "Hey, did you hear that shit?" I want to say 2-3 months later, right? My contract came up. They gave me all these little all-star certificates. It's on my Facebook. I ain't deleted the shit because I posted the shit because I was happy. Like, you awarded me for all my good hard work I've been doing. I've been with the company 5 years. I know I'm about to get promoted. I'm about to get signed on. Nigga, they fired me, laid me the fuck off. Right? Now, I could have let that situation kill my dream from being what I want to be. Mm-hmm. But when I say put yourself in position, like shit like that happens. You're absolutely right. That shit happens. It happened to me. And I watched it happen to me in my face. Mm-hmm. The thing about it is when you put yourself in a position to do something, that shit fall through. You got to put yourself in position to do something else until something works out. And then when that shit work out, you got to keep in the back of your mind. And this shit's stressful. You got to keep in the back of your mind that at any moment the bottom can fall out of this shit. Mm-hmm. But you got to keep putting yourself in these different positions, getting yourself in these certain rooms so you can try to make something of yourself. And no, it's not easy. It's not at all. But the thing about it is you got to put yourself in position. You cannot let this shit knock you down. I don't give a fuck how many times I get knocked down. I'm going to start from zero and I'm going to still come up because once you rich once, you'll get rich again. Period.
Now that's your gumption. You know what I'm saying? And that's kudos because it takes a special type of person to have that type of mindset. But as we know, all of us don't have that mindset. So what would be conducive to us being able to, build off of that type of mentality is to like have different I guess I don't want to say not therapy sessions, but it needs to be something where people that don't have that type of mindset can get that mindset built from somebody that does. You understand what I mean?
But some people, they gotta want that. And a lot of times
we don't trust people enough.
What's crazy too is a lot of people don't even know that that's a thing. Like everything I just talked about, they looking at it like, damn, what the fuck? You went through all that? Man, my story long as fuck. BJ know who I am. Like, this shit ain't easy out here, man. And I've been out here a long fucking time by my fucking self, bro. And this shit ain't easy. And I try to fucking school people, like all my homies and shit. I try to put them on game. Like, all my friends, I'm the only one that ain't a fucking felon, bro.
Sir, so, listen, this is how it's going to go. Carlos gonna come offer me a job. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go through the process. You gotta get your CDLs, yo. It ain't that hard. Here, help me. I go through this shit. I go down there, and the people gonna tell me, I need you to start on Saturday. So I'm like, well, damn, Carlos work Monday through Friday. The fuck I'm working on Saturday for? This motherfucker lied to me and shit. Now, I'll shut the fucking window. Shut the fucking window. I want what he wants. I don't want to work for it. I just want what he wants because that's what he said he get. He get $200,000 a year. He work Monday through Friday, no holidays.
Everybody, you know what I tell everybody? It's crazy because people ask me about what it's like driving trucks all the time. I go to Home Depot every single day, and every single day it's a young black dude back there in the fucking receiving of Home Depot making $12 fucking dollars an hour. See me walk in, crispy, chilling, and ask me, what is it like driving trucks? And I tell them the fucking truth. Because only thing us black people always tell each other is, oh, bro, you can make so much fucking money. Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't start with that. I tell them the same thing every single time. This shit is hard. The first year of driving trucks, you gonna be wondering like, God damn, did I make the right decision? Mm-hmm. But by the end of year 2, you're gonna be like, shit. But you gotta be able to get through the bullshit in the buffs. You feel me? Right. In the buffs.
Everything has a learning curve, and I think that a lot of us don't want to go through. It's almost like the starting process has like disappeared. Because we have things like social media and things of that nature, where you see people and it looks like they're getting quick bucks. And everybody wants to get to the quick buck. Nobody wants to go through the due process anymore in order to build this shit over time so that, you can, have that, financial freedom of, however you look at what it is, because financial freedom could be different for
Everybody.
So, yeah, nobody really wants to go through that process anymore, man. It's like everybody just wants to be like, all right, cool. You know, my man said, so if I, the people really start, they think, oh, I'm gonna go get my CDLs and I'm gonna be making $100,000 off the rip, and you might not even hit it. You might barely hit 50 your first year, but you gotta understand the bigger purpose and what you're there for. And
exactly,
time,
always understand that bigger purpose.
Yeah,
always understand that the bigger purpose. That is that right there is the absolute key to everything. Everybody always want to highlight the success, but nobody want to highlight the hard work it took to get here. I tell motherfuckers all the time, I make this shit look good, nigga, because I'm built for this shit. This is what I'm built for. I'm built for hard work. I'm built for fucking struggle. I'm built for that.
Niche. People gotta know their niche too. Like just because, like, hey, listen, you did the truck driving thing, you made it successful for you. I understand people out here, they say they want to get money, but maybe truck driving might not be for you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
You might have to find your niche.
And you know what's crazy? B? What was that? I want to say about 2-3 weeks ago, somebody asked me, like, what are you good at? Like, what is your passion? And to be honest, I don't have a passion. I'm 34 years old and I don't have a passion. My only passion is to not fucking be broke. That's my only passion. That's all I want. I don't want to be homeless no more. I don't want to struggle no more. That's my passion. That's what I'm passionate about. So whatever I got to do on the legal side of shit to not end up where I come from, that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean by putting yourself in a position. You can't let other people's ego and what they got going on knock you down. It's gonna knock you down, but it can't. It's not about getting knocked down. It's about getting up.
To piggyback off of what the both of you guys are talking about, there's some things that we as a people need to realize. One, going into any situation, you're gonna have to work twice as hard. That is bar none. My grandma always told me that what that person has, you're gonna have to work double that to get to where they are, because you're already at a disadvantage. This puts you at a disadvantage in any situation. So at least
you got to work twice as hard to be half as good.
It's not bullshit. It's not always about what you know, but who you know just as much. Get in somewhere and network. When you get in there, understand you're gonna have to start at the fucking bottom. You're going to. You're not going to start out making $100K a year. You might have to start off in the mailroom or flipping burgers or whatever it is. Everybody starts somewhere. You're going to get the shit jobs and the shitty hours and everything else, but eventually you build your way up to it if you stay the damn course. That's the last thing right there. Is you want to give up too easy.
You can't give up.
I'm not getting it right now. All this ain't for me. Okay, cool. Then what is for you? Figure out. You always have a plan B. What works for you and what works for BJ is not going to work for me, probably, most likely. So I got to find what I'm passionate about and figure out what my route is without the next person. I appreciate you getting me in, but what's my route after you, or if you decide to leave or whatever the case is, where am I headed?
So can I have story time? I got two stories. One of them went to an earlier segment, but I didn't want to cut y'all off. So I'm sick or tired of we gotta support black businesses because some of these motherfuckers don't operate properly.
Listen,
like listen. My patience is running thin. Like, so I know one person that has a shop, and you go there and you gotta wait 2 and 3 hours after making an appointment just to get. I got 5 kids I take to the fucking barber shop. You know how long that shit take alone? And then you talk about before you even get this shit, like. Went to another spot. They said, yo, we'll be here at 10. My nigga, I got there at 10:02. Doors locked. First person show up at 10:45. Now, it's Easter weekend. For the last 3 weeks, I've been praying for patience and understanding. That's it. Just patience
and understanding.
Man, it's been working because I'm trying to tell you some real shit. I would have been gone. I got there at 10. They opened up at 10:45. My kids didn't get in the chair until 12:45. Sir, it's Easter weekend. I understand. New guy just walking in. I asked them what time they open up. I got 5 cases need to cut. He was like, we'll be here at 10. Again, I know somebody to open up a shop. Carlson know what Lexington Market is. So markets and little stores inside of
Yeah. All around there, they got all kind of little shops and shit all around there. Not even
Man,
just
I
in
know
Lexington,
somebody
just
that
all that shit.
opened up one in Pennsylvania. I told her I was coming. I get up there, 1 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. That bitch should be jamming. So I'm looking around like, there's a lot of white folk in this motherfucker. God damn, they open up shit. We going through the cattle, the sheep, the llamas, all that just to get there. So I know I was like, oh, this is gonna be the only soul food spot in there. I get there, it is 1 o'clock. Yo, what's up? Oh man, we woke up mad late, yo. We behind, yo. We ain't even gotta get the food ready. We gotta start cooking it. It's Friday at 1 o'clock, and you said you woke up mad late. Y'all was so fucking hurt. And I'm talking to my wife. I said, "This is why the fuck you know how long it took me to get there? It's like an hour ride." She was like, "Just calm down. It's gonna be okay." No, how the fuck is it gonna be okay? I can't be able to fucking eat. No shit. We just don't do shit right.
You
So
know, I was just gonna say, like, I understand that part of black business that we all don't like. Don't none of us like that. But I do know one part of black business that hurts black business is supply chain. A lot of times, that supply chain fucks us up. It absolutely does. We don't have the capital to be able to purchase certain things so much as, let's say, a Burger King or a McDonald's. So we don't get that supply chain that they get. So that's why a lot of times when you go to these black restaurants, oh, we ain't got this, we ain't got that, this truck didn't come, that truck
or
didn't come.
it could have been a simple fact that motherfuckers didn't put the order in right because they was lazy. You gave your homeboy a job and he bullshitting because that's your homeboy. That's why friends in business don't fucking mix. I'm just saying. So, second story, right? Colson, I don't know if you was here, you was gone by now, but it was a shop, Fresh Farms. It was called Fresh Farms Cafe. Opened up downtown on Marketplace, directly across from the aquarium. The little hot paninis, the hot sandwiches, the shit was good location. Upstairs, 250 offices. 250 offices with their own entrance downstairs. You're on the fucking harbor. We were talking to the guy. We was doing good numbers and all that. And I sat down with the owner. He came in. I sat down with him because he had a store in Pennsylvania. I sat down with him. I was like, "Yo, listen to me, right? I'm like a business minded person. The only thing we got downtown for breakfast wise is Miss Shirley's, and Miss Shirley's high as shit. You got a grill. We already got eggs. We already do the bacon in the morning. You might as well open up extra 2 or 3 hours, do the breakfast, and we all get money. That'll give you more hours. That for the people that's working here, give you more money coming in. All you gotta do is order the shit." And I wrote up a small menu, something simple, nothing major, just bread, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. You got the bagels here, you got sandwiches here. And he was like, "Yeah, I like that idea." This motherfucker rolled it up and took it to his Pennsylvania store. Tried it up there, right? With the because it is on a campus. Came down here, did kinda sorta the same thing, and then promoted one of the other guys to manager, right? Then the guy did bust his ass, but I believe I was in front of him. Cool. So congratulated the guy. All that. Boy, 3 months later, the whole business shut down. This motherfucker was closed. We supposed to close at 5 o'clock. He was closing doors at 3:30. He was running out of food because he ain't put the order in for the truck. He had to run around to the market and go buy a carton of eggs and shit in the morning. Like it was like this shit was bad, yo. That shit was bad. One day we came and BGE had that shit locked because the owner didn't pay the fucking. This shit was locked. It wasn't no money coming in, so wasn't no money going out. And shit was rough. Trying to help people see the greater goal. Don't always work out for you.
It
Letitia,
don't.
oh, is it
Is that our 55 minutes?
no, is a offensive line clinic that started at 8 o'clock. Need to get my ass up on that. Sir. All right, so we started this conversation about black people can and can they not be racist. Um, everybody made some valid points. and it went from not it went from we have the outlook of irritation, prejudice, and racism. I guess now you have it depends on the person, and I guess you got to listen to what they say, how they operate.
Look like somebody ain't pay their internet bill either. Hey, look how his face stuck though. Somebody screenshot that shit, y'all.
Oh damn! I was about to get it. Oh wait! Got that.
Yo,
got him.
Just stuck.
So, are you using Derek's internet this week or what?
Somebody picked up the telephone trying to call somebody.
like the dial-up internet way back when?
Yo, it started raining, but shit, it's been raining for the last 2 weeks. Fuck, shit, wow. All right, so
there you go.
The remarks.
I agree with B about racism, being that we don't gain nothing from being racist, but
nobody gains anything. Not to cut you off. Nobody gains anything, honestly. But it's like, you know, we don't really have to look at anyone else and be jealous or feel like we should want to be them, because it's like, yo, it's nothing that we can't do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, you know, when I look at people are altering themselves, even guys that be in the gym juicing up, they're trying to juice to look like black men. We don't have to juice. We don't have to use steroids and different things. We can get in the gym, do some push-ups and some pull-ups, and be coming out looking different. That's something that they can't do really without paying for it.
Another thing I wish I could do, I wish I could dance. I am horrible. I'm talking about,
hey, man, we don't all get the gene.
I can't dance at all. I'm talking about, boy, I got a video from my
listen, man, I'm sure you could bob your head in two-step.
Exactly.
You got a two-step in you.
Two-step.
If you can two-step in you good. You good. That's all you need. Nobody asking you to be turbo out this motherfucker, man.
Exactly.
Ain't not turbo.
Listen, I was one that never could dance, so you know what? I had to learn the two-step, and once I did that, I was good to go. I can care less about what everybody else is doing.
Good to go, man. You catch a good beat, you straight.
There you go.
You straight, man.
All right, this shit.
You back?
You good now, sir?
Nah, no,
barely.
Yo, I'm watching the signal go up and down, and each one of y'all bots go out one by one by one. This shit just rotating all the way around. I'm just sitting here watching the shit just go wild like that. Nothing I can really do about it. So why it's up right now?
You better try to close it.
Yeah, I was ready to say closing remarks.
So you better tell Comcast you ain't paying shit this month.
Oh, Carlos. Oh no, they didn't authorize your shit yet, so we can't.
What?
Comcast, you ain't paying shit unless your internet working. Your internet working, you ain't paying them for shit.
They authorize what?
Sixers in the dogfight. Ooh.
Hey, just like we expected.
The USACC shit.
Oh no, they haven't done it yet. They ain't even reached out. I've been reaching out to them, but they ain't reached out.
Yeah. So next week, finalizing all the shit. We'll have a new one. So we'll put that new. So,
a blue. A blue.
This is the end of the What's Next podcast. Hopefully, hey, that's fine. Hey, Sharice.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Sharon, Sharice, Letitia, Dennis.
Wow.
You know, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate everybody, viewing and patronizing however you do. Thank you until next week.
Hey, I want to shout out B, man. That was a great conversation, man. You added some real good viewpoints. Appreciate you coming on to the show, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.